Hi everybody, thanks for stopping back. This is a kind of a fun little video, not too long, but I just wanted to share with you some Gizmos, gadgets, and whatever. How many of you have gone into a drawer and said, where in the world did I get that and what am I supposed to do with it? Something you've had around forever and ever. And some of them are worth keeping and some of them are not worth keeping. So I kind of went through some drawers the other day in my craft closet and said, I think I'll try making a few things with some of this stuff that's in here. Before I begin that, when I did my last video regarding the tissue box covers, I did show you the long tissue box, and I said I would be back to show you the little puffer box. And this is the prototype I made. It's very easy, and I'll talk about the top here in a minute. The sides I made 9.5, two sheets that I made 9.5 by 5 1/8. And you can see I made one 5, and then I tried another one at 5 1/8, and that one did work out better. And all you do is on one end of your 9.5 strips, you score a 1/2 inch, and you attach that one there. You're going to score then at 5 inches. So that 1/2 inch plus the 5 brings you over to the corner. And you do the same thing with the other one, 1/2 inch and 5, and it will bring you to the corner. So that you can just attach the two, and you will have the square that fits down over the tissue box. Now for the top, I tried several different times, but I came up with 6 5/8 as a square to get the best fit for the cover. And if you remember, I told you I cut my last one on the Cricut Explorer, and it gave me a nice place in the middle for the Kleenex to come out. But some people don't have a Cricut, and some people have other machines. You can use your die cuts for your ovals and whatever, but you could just simply use some scalloped or decorative edge scissors. Now this particular box of Kleenex came with a little tab in the middle that you pull out to open the box. Perfect. I just took the tab out and I traced it on a piece of paper, just finishing off the little curve here, and then took some decorative edge scissors and cut it out. And it really kind of makes, whoops, there goes one of my gizmos. It really made it kind of a cute top. So this was my prototype, and this is my finished product. And you can see, laying it on its side here, that I had some Halloween paper. Now these were some little cutouts that I had already from my Explorer when I was cutting out. When I first got my machine, I was trying out some cuts, and so I just have these that I stuck on the bottom. And if I were making new ones, I could have made them much bigger and made a little bit better statement. But these are just fine. And you can see I have the decorative edge on the top, and it looks really cute. It actually gives it a little bit more style. So this is the Puffer Box Kleenex, 9.5 by 5 1/8, 9.5 by 5 1/8 tall, scored at 1/2, scored at 5, and then hook the two of them together. This one 6 5/8, and I will write it on the screen, and it makes a nice size cover that fits over this good. Okay, on to gizmos. So in my closet, I found these, and we talk about decorative edge scissors, and look at this. Where in the world am I ever going to use all these scissors? And they all have a name on them. This is the Rockies, this is a Wave, this is a Jigsaw. Nowadays we have machines and dies and whatever that cut all of these things, but I just thought this is kind of fun. Let's see what we can cut with these. And they actually do cut all right for the most part. I think I found one that was a little bit tough. That's a Wave. It looks like a Wave. Let's try, this says it's a Ripple. I'll put them on the black paper, you can see it. This is kind of an interesting one. It's not a very deep cut, but it gives a different kind of edge. Let's look at, this must have been a different brand. It doesn't have a name on it. Let's see what it's going to do. Oh, this is interesting. Kind of little scoops. You could almost do a few of those and make it waves in an ocean if you're trying to do some backgrounds on a card. This one says it's an inchworm. An inchworm, okay. All right, let's look at some more. Oh, this is a different looking one, and this is called Victorian. Oh, I know why. It almost resembles, this one's a little tough to cut with, almost resembles that gingerbread look that you get on Victorian homes. Let me do that one again, see if I can get a little better cut. See, I always found these hard to work with because I'm left-handed, and these are really made for right-handed people. Oh yes, it's kind of nice. So there's probably quite a few things you could do with those on these edges. And again, on this little stand here, I have, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then some in the middle, 8, 9, 10, 11 different decorative edges that I don't think I've used more than once. And I don't know when I'm going to use them again, because again, we have all these machines that do this work for us. But sometimes if you're just sitting making a card and you want a quick decorative edge, it's nice to just have. Especially, I'm thinking if you're doing something like your mini albums and you want to put something on one of your flaps that you put up, these are pretty good. Okay, now the next gizmos I found were these things. And I found 3 of them. And 2 of them are really the same, and then one is a little different. I think I got these from a company called ABC. I don't even know if they're in business now or not. And I think the scissors too. They were a company that dealt with just businesses, and they had a catalog, and everybody used to buy from the catalog. But these make your corrugated sheets. See if I can get this piece of paper in here. Now we're going out and spending good money to buy corrugated paper to put on our cards for effect and a little 3D. And here's a little thing that does it all for you. It's kind of clever. There's a couple of others that I had made. And if you use your craft color paper, it really would look like corrugated cardboard. Now, I don't know how often I use it, but I just thought, well, geez, this isn't too bad. I might try to make something with it. Now this one, this is going in the rubbish because it looks really cute and it goes around nice. These are all stars in here, and they push into here and they emboss it with a star. But there is no way I can turn it when there's a piece of paper in it. And I have to laugh because these all say made in China for ages 5 and up. And I challenge any 5-year-old to turn these little knobs on the end. So it's kind of an interesting thing. So that's another gizmo I found. That one's probably not going to stay with me because I can't make it work. And then I got this. Now this was given to me a while ago, years ago, I think by my daughter-in-law, and it's a fastener, and it's by EK Success. It's a lovely big stapler, and what is nice about the big stapler is you could go way in to your project, and these are the staples that are in it, and they're fasteners, not really staples, but they are staples. And they staple like thus. Okay, gives a nice little staple. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. I don't think I've ever used it. I'm thinking doing, you could put it on a top layer of a card that is going to be then taped to another layer, because you see the back of it still looks like a staple. And so the front of it's very pretty, and it would make some nice little interest on the front panel of a card. But I don't know what I'm going to do with that either. So I did find a big snowflake punch, which isn't all that unusual, but I had forgotten it was in there. And it punches so hard that I don't even think I can use it. I think probably with this corrugated paper it didn't work. Let me just try a red piece here. See? There you go. I think it was because I had made that paper corrugated. And that's kind of cute. I probably can find something to do with that for Christmas. Put a little hole in the middle and a little piece of bling. Okay, so that's that. And the last one I had was this one. Who knows what this is? This is a ribbon shredder. Now, why we ever thought we had to shred our ribbons, I don't know, but that's exactly what it does. It's on springs, and there's a bunch of nails in here. And I tell you, I didn't even have, but you have to use it with paper ribbon. And I didn't have any paper ribbon except a few of these that I had in my Christmas stash. So I pulled it out just to show you how it works. This is another little funny thing. If you haven't seen these before, I think I got these at ABC also. And I think I've seen them for sale somewhere recently. Inside these two little tails, there's a piece of ribbon. You hold on to that piece of ribbon and pull on the tails, and it makes a bow. Isn't that special? And then that bow can be placed on a package. But I just wanted to show you, with this little piece of ribbon, I can show you how the shredder works. And I'll put that in here. Okay, you push down and pull. And there you go, it shreds. Now, I don't know where you'd use that, truthfully. The only thing when I did that and I held it up like this, I was thinking of maybe 4th of July, on in one of those little, looks like fireworks. You could make a cone and put some of this inside of it, maybe for a table decoration or something. I can't say that I can think I'm going to be using that a whole lot, but there's a paper shredder. Maybe that's where the paper shredders came from, this little concept here. So anyway, these are some of the things I found in my closet, and it's like, what do you do with them? So I thought, well, I'm going to just take some of these, see what I can do with them, just for the heck of it. So I did make a couple of cards, okay? Now this card, I used the Corrugator, okay? And you notice that this corrugated paper here has some lines in it. Well, another little item that I got, which used to be all the rage, I haven't seen a whole lot of it lately, is this. This happens to be Black Magic, and this is a hidden core paper. And it means that all the paper is black on one side, okay? And on the back side, it shows you what the core of the paper is. So what you do is you, let's see if I can do a little bit here. I'm just going to put a little bit through that, one of these things here, if I can make it run. Oh. You know, they're really more work than they're worth. Okay, now you have this little corrugated black piece, like I do right here. And you just take your sanding block, of which I need a new one, so I'm not sure how good it's going to work. And you just sand away. And you can see it's sanding off the black, and it's showing the core color of the paper. If you have a smaller piece, you could probably use something like this. In fact, this is actually working just as well. And you see that this paper is actually a light green, and that's the color that's showing through. So that's your core paper. Something else I've had in the closet for years. So anyway, I made this card using that paper. Used a little piece of orange spiderweb paper from this paper stack that I've had for a long time, Halloween by Recollections. Has some cute little double-sided paper in there. This is some more of a big paper stack I had, and these are some authentic stickers that say Boo. And I just cut out the spider from my Cricut and gave him some googly eyes. And all three of these layers, this one, and the spider, are on one thickness of foam tape, so it does have some dimension. On the inside of the card, there's just another piece of this paper, and I will probably just stamp Happy Halloween and write some notes. Okay, the other card I made is I used the corrugated thing again, and some Christmas paper, some little Christmas papers that came from this stack, Old World Winter, which is a nice little stack too, single-sided, but this again was premium cardstock, the Paper Studio, okay? This was a few years ago too. And I cut them and then just trimmed them and made 3 candles out of 3 different pieces of that Christmas paper. Mounted them on here. I did cut out my flames with my Cricut. However, you could probably freehand them if you're a better freehander than I am. And I just put them on and put some stickles on them to give them a little glow and a bow at the bottom. And it's kind of a cute little Christmas card. And the inside has not been completed at this time. I'm probably just going to put another plain piece of, maybe some red with another plain piece of white on it, and have a Merry Christmas or a little saying. But that's something you can do with these little gizmos that were in the drawer that have been there forever. This bow was put on just with some Scotch tape and a glue dot in the middle. So that's what I did with my Gizmos, gadgets, and whatevers. And I challenge you all to go look in the drawers in your closet and see what's in there that you haven't taken out in years. Take it out, play with it, and see if there isn't maybe something you can do. I'm thinking now, as I'm looking at these, if I took the same scissor and cut lots of my scraps up, I could probably put them on a diagonal across a card. Can't see it really there, but I could put them on a diagonal across a card and really make quite a nice background for something. So play around, see what you can do with some of the stuff that's stashed away. Okay, that's my little video on my stuff today, and I'll get back with you later with some more. Thanks for stopping by. See you later. Bye-bye.